Chronicles TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ace Attorney Chronicles. In the previous episode, we begin the trial, and now we're going to get to an examination. For today's episode, make sure that like button is subscription to the channel. Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant is guilty. I don't know why I messed it up. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt. All this young pickpocket. Pickpocketeer.
As a housemaid, I should like to see all 50 eyesores promptly rigorously eliminated.
I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will be pop out. If I have to left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind made up. Stop. Global robo. Radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In motherland, we never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. Why is he here? The circumstances of the crime and the evidence due indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone, and in the accused's hand the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by the witnesses. Not to mention this print! Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield, that young girl on the verge of pulling the belly trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, Riley's camera, we're supposed to be help, not hinder.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. Magina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. Which means there's more to this situation that we yet to see.
Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Here we go again. All the evidence clearly points out the finger of the guilt as the pickpocketeer. As the housemaid, I should like to see all 50 eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
Hold it!
Polishing the bench, I see. Again?
A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick-pursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth.
A little harsh, perhaps?
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
You're referring to Mr. Hemlock Sholmes?
That is right. I like to keep abreast on his exploits by reading Rent's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Mr. Sholmes? A maid?
It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very great detective.
Minor detail, it was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should have swinged for the shooting great detective. I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. But the purpose of the trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank?
I'm afraid you're splitting hairs.
Sorry?
Whether it was the thieves or the pit purse, it was still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion.
Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy.
You know, it was one of those two brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it?
Yes, without question.
Well then, I'll never forgive them. Oh, Iris. Perhaps we can use the maid's name to help us somehow, do you think?
Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what the juror has to say first. We're not even towards the end and we're getting hit. The next one is the guy saying the brothers are innocent, right? Judged by, I'm convinced the brothers are innocent. And then she says those brothers are the scum of the earth. I'm just gonna do this as per usual. If I had to go from part A to part B, then by all means. But we're going from part A to part C right away. So, pit against each other. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good lord, counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my statement contradictory?
Contradict. Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick, I have mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene in the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Shumps in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. Sir? Sorry, my English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear? Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is word, abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on jury again?
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we never done nothing. The truth is they shot detective? Duh? This is double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong. Poor mouse. Especially when lie is said by a person who looks like a criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is that true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough, I trust no one now.
It's not that mouse's fault though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Yes, it is, Runo. Easily.
Sorry?
With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. If you compare the print of the picture's genie and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor?
Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused move into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers enter the shop and summarily had the fatal gunshot ring out. Okay, but where's that photograph? Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later after the brothers' flight.
So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. Oh, please don't tell me we had to do that one thing with the freaking thing. Yo, we're gonna do that one thing again. We're gonna do that stereoscopic thing, don't we? We're gonna do that thing.
So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue with this trial. Alright, the Russians on our side. Let's go! For once. Please don't come. Please don't read into this, Russians, please.
Yay! Well done, Runo. The balance is shifting.
Well, it is a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If I can do that, we might turn the situation in our favor still. Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. She didn't change it? Come on now. We're gonna do the cross-eye thing again. Back. What did he say? In the lake of lies are many a dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore, I say not guilty verdict. Let me see the thing. Stop. Let's see. Hold up. Here's this. I want to do the cross-eye thing. Was anything taken? We have to do the cross-eye thing. But I can't tell because this freaking game doesn't allow me to. Why do we have a magnifying glass again? What was taken? We have to do the cross-eye. That's all I could say. Candles. Skull, everything. Oh well. Okay, back to the things at hand. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will pop up. That's what I'm saying! What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously. But there's no indication the defendant ever lifted to fire the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it will reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Ooh, how did you know? Let's call it a lucky guess. It never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating. It's the height of modernity. I can't even do it. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find the stereoscope is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we could all agree on before. It's the greatest invention in the world has ever seen. If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. But we have it. But we do, Chief. But we do. Hold up. If only there was a way. No, we're not doing that. Not that. R. If only I can do it. Only thing is that it was shifted, that's it. From this distance, you can see something was shifted. Before, after, before, after, before, after. That was before. That was after. I want to see what was changed. That's all. Oh well.
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. A surgeon? That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are the forefront of medical science, the real breads in the field. So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday, and standard thing went in through the abdomen. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he surely not? Exactly, sure not. You say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That wasn't... What? That's what's been troubling this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. That other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern, seeing as this case appears to be all but sewed up. I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I made sure something was back as it should be. Well, sure you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. I have no idea what we've got to do with this guy. Mind made up. Stop global radio transmission. Verdict follows. Stop. Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nation used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. But not when we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electric signals. Thousands of miles cables have been laid along the ocean bands connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady.
But cables will soon become a thing of a past. Stop.
And just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Message carried are over airways for quarters of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Morse code.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technology. Stop.
People say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What other piffle?
Yo!
I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys.
Hey, sir!
Excuse me.
Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on, I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really? A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3 dimensions.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
Oh, we're gonna get butt heads.
You just don't know!
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. And I'm absolutely going to have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you never have noticed.
That's what I'm trying to do, Chief.
Have you got any, Runo? Any prints we could look at with stereoscope?
Absolutely. How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with 2 suitable photograph prints?
Of course I can.
Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print, I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken in the same camera with Whitney Biggs on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Sort of. Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. Cross eyes, which I can't do. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of the same objects. Then, when your brain registers the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were deaf. I can't do it, Chief. I can't.
Yes, exactly. It's the small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that really important.
So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all, not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally out anyway. Oh, of course, now I see. Ah, I think the young girl has discovered a secret. I have.
Oh my gosh. Can you, uncross your eyes before you tell me?
Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera. Runo, go on.
Chief, I can't. Just do it for me.
Can you see there's a really obvious difference between them?
I can't. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second.
Well, yes, you can see this straight away. But now, try looking at the picture in 3 dimensions.
Do it for me. Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Please just do it. I can't do it. Let me see. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds. I can't do it.
If I can make the quill pants from each picture overlap the middle.
I can't. I can't. Just show it to me, Chief. Just show it to me. I can't. Wait. Just do it. I can't do it.
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo?
I'm just gonna guess. What's going on with these 2 pictures? Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you. That must be the 3D mechanic. Yes, that's better.
Yes, that's it. You see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power. Is someone going to explain the black magic, eh? Why did the deuce do some things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that? Was that used for the 3D feature in the 3DS?
I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the position of certain objects that lets you see pictures three-dimensionally.
In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects in the encounter haven't moved at all between the pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
I can't do it. I really can't. Oh, hold fire there, sir. You're on a reasonable grasp of the whole cross-eyed business now, I say. Well, why the devil does the shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you get the cross-eyed master.
Me? I have the first idea. You know, Runo, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 p.m. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken in. The position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim.
Oh, I get it now.
That means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Supers!
Someone tampered? New information, stop. No mention in testimony so far, stop.
Yes. We have to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in the summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift. Doesn't matter of which one. Doesn't matter which one, there's two. Alright, doesn't matter. It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. Wait! This does not agree with what the brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull Dukes from Lady Lucy Lockett's. My French book says Dukes is meaning hands, and Lucy Lockett is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Now, hold on a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is common pickpurse after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from the photographic print, the defendant was pointing the gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windybeck to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrange's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony.
But the accused is pickpurse, common cutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, worse than a pickpurse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you were to condemn the defendant on the grounds that she pickpockets, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize the testimony given even against her by two thieves? I don't know what I said. Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from the shady pair. Did you have to use your head? Okay, use your head.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand.
Come on, use your head.
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Well, it would seem this trial is yet to run its course. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via my scale of justice. I hereby cause the summoning session to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty, according to juries without consensus. And I order the trial to continue.
Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Runo. You never know when it might come in useful. Oh, now you gave me this.
Twice in one trial might be unusual, surely, but alright. Lord Von Zarks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. To be continued. And with that, we'll end the episode right here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe, check out TV, and I'm signing out.